Hi everyone. So I'm actually gonna make a really quick video because actually I'm gonna go sleep soon. But anyway, just like pardon me for directing the screen at my own ceiling. But the thing is this: I wanted to talk a little bit more about the whole thing concerning, like when you meet or you actually encounter your former narcissist or the ex-narcissist in one way or another. Okay, the reason why I'm actually talking a little bit about this is because today, okay, I was actually looking at, in the morning, I was looking at the so-called feed of, so-called the stories of an acquaintance who followed me since last year. I don't normally follow such people, but the thing is this: when you wake up in the morning, your eyes tend to be a little bit groggy, and you have to rub your eyes a bit. The thing was that when I actually saw his life story, which was actually a repost of what someone had actually posted, someone who was his colleague or whatever. I realized that particular acquaintance who was actually a personal trainer at Virgin Active. I have no idea what particular gym branch that is. That one of the colleagues there in that lunch picture was actually a former narcissist in my life. And that's like, okay, I gotta rub my eyes twice, and then I was thinking, who's it? Is this the correct person? Because the bill looks different. The person looks as if he's like all of a sudden balloon up, and as if they're taking some anabolic steroids or whatever. But I mean, I'm not surprised. Things like that happen. So, but I just at the point realized, you know what? So everything came to light. Why was that person following me? It wasn't just for like for a case of following me because he or she is interested in my fitness feed or progress or whatever. No, it's not that. Okay, he followed me like a few days before even my grandmother's passing last year, and I was like, okay, now it makes perfect sense. Maybe he doesn't know that I was related or I had known that former narcissist who was actually his colleague. But I had to break the trigger. So the whole thing about this was this. I decided at the very moment, after rubbing my eyes, squinting a little bit to recognize the face. Oh, wait. I didn't want to actually trigger any more PTSD symptoms or anything. So I immediately uh, blocked that acquaintance. And I think it's good actually. It's a good idea. I don't need to care. Okay, and I actually recommend that if you have anyone whom you have in common as an acquaintance or friend or whatever with the narcissist, uh, don't don't keep them, not even in your so-called circle of acquaintances, because this is going to actually backfire. And even if they don't really feedback energy or news or whatever back to the narcissist, indirectly, when you do actually end up looking at their feed or whatever, or their so-called social media, you're gonna actually see some so-called third party post. Basically, they are posting a post of someone else or whatever, or of a society or group of people, including that former narcissist who's their friend, their family, their colleague or whatever. Okay, so you don't want that kind of trigger, and when it comes back, it can be quite it can hit you. It can really hit you. And I'm very thankful. But the thing is, I mean, today my digestion wasn't very good, and I actually, when I woke up after that thing, I just took some time, doing all this stuff, and it's not very good, getting distracted, and I actually end up eating way slower than I had for my breakfast, which led to a subsequently very late workout in the gym, and then coming back home on my off day, just to have a really, really late lunch again, which I didn't finish because I was suffering from indigestion. So all these kind of things, it kind of like builds up. And I kind of realized, today I went to watch the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I'll review later. It's actually a really good movie, very well crafted, everything, and I kind of found that it was I won't say it's therapeutic. It was more like something that you started realizing certain things about certain worldviews, because that that main character in that particular prequel installment is actually Coriolanus Snow, who's the dictator or authoritarian leader of Pan Am, Panem. Okay, the Panem being the like a so-called, I mean, it's an authoritarian or autocratic state which uses the Hunger Games to, control its citizens, and it's a little bit like a mirror of the Pan American, yeah, that whole how should I say, that whole state that was mentioned in George Orwell's 1984. Yeah, so I find that it's actually pretty much a mirror of that particular society. The society of Big Brother, but instead of them watching you, they are feeding you what you're supposed to watch. And of course, there is a resistance. The resistance is still there, the rebels, but they don't exactly manage to totally subvert, because it's a prequel, and then it shows how the villain became who he is. And I think that this is like a little bit of like a more there's a little bit of a morality story behind it. And yeah, but I mean, just to return to what I was saying, if possible, don't actually get into this situation where you have mutual acquaintances. And this brings me back to another thing. Okay, I was like talking, about, because that the character of Coriolanus Snow, he had ended up betraying his best friend Sejanus Plinth, and he later turned against his one true love. Okay, Lucy Gray Bird. Okay, Baird. Okay, who actually was the songbird, the eponymous songbird mentioned in the movie title. So yeah, as the movie is pretty multi-layered. I can't really summarize it, but I'm just linking the whole thing back to what I was saying about narcissism and common acquaintances, whatever. You don't want to be. I was thinking, because in the aftermath of what I went through this morning, is like I was thinking that none of us want to be re-traumatized. So we can be re-traumatized not just by the narcissists themselves, okay, but also by common acquaintances, friends, or family that we share with them. It's not beneficial in any way. Yeah, it's not a benefit. It's not beneficial. We cannot afford to be empathetic towards them. Okay, so it's a little bit like what you call entertaining the so-called inner demon. I know that in modern day pop psychology we talk a lot about this. You say, oh, you must learn how to fight and face your inner demons. I mean, but seriously, screw it. That I mean, who in the right mind wants to actually face an inner demon or to see a demon? I mean, I'm not talking about a literal one, but I mean, yeah, I mean, in the literal case, we don't want to see a demon, okay? Because if we see one, I can guess how harrowing it is as an experience. If you don't want to see a real one, why would you want to actually face a so-called metaphorical inner demon? I think that no one wants to do that, okay? What we should be doing should be really no contact. Yeah, no contact. No contact is the best way, okay? Because if you were to try facing that demon, the inner demon, okay? I mean, metaphorically, it sounds like, oh yeah, it's also called invisible battle, whatever, blah 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 blah. But this is very idealistic talk, okay? And you don't want to get into the situation where you are re-traumatized. Now I realize, oh, this whole thing, this morning's indigestion, late breakfast, which was dragging on for 2 hours. I mean, I started having it around 10 something all the way into 12:30, and then by the time I got to the gym was 1 something. I was asking myself, why do I get myself into this kind of situation when I can be eating way faster, uh, without choking, of course, but without any kind of serious emergencies or medical crisis. But yeah, that took so long. Okay, I kept on getting distracted, by social media, by things like watching videos, binge watching videos about narcissism without my knowing it. Okay, don't end up like me. Okay, at least now in retrospect, looking back, I know that I'm actually in that kind of I mean, this kind of things happen. You have flashbacks. Flashbacks come on. after some triggers. And when we don't know how to stop ourselves, sometimes we end up wallowing a little bit and then we forget about it. Then I actually didn't really have dinner. I skipped dinner today because yeah, it's kind of emotionally affecting me. But and also because of the bloating and everything and the indigestion. Tomorrow I'll be better off, I think, because tomorrow I had to, go and work out my legs, and I mean this whole next few weeks, I'm off from everything, and I just want to really just get my mind off this. So, and I need to focus on getting back to things like preparing for competition next year. I don't want to let other people, even especially not uh, especially not former narcissists or ex-narcissists, whatever the capacity of that relationship they have had in my life. I'm not gonna let them come in between me and what my dreams and my goals are. Okay, I realized that when I was looking on the live feed of one particular life coach. This name is spiritual whistleblower, Chanel Jasmine. She herself is actually, after being a life coach for so long, and she's actually planning and she's going to study like a PhD, or master's in psychology. I was like telling her, this is what I want to do too. I want to study my master's in clinical psychology to help people who are suffering from trauma and who are also dealing with things like not just abusive situations in real life, but even trauma from religious and spiritual abuse as well. Because that was why I was also quite pretty much informed by my own life experiences. And she was like putting like a love to, it's a kind of very supportive thing. People, when you are in a community of people who have been through what you have been through, and they stand by you, they say, go and do it. Even though I know that it's like, I mean, I don't really know her well, she doesn't really know me well, I follow her, she follows me, but the fact that she did that was a very clear sign. I'm somewhat in my own tribe of people who are empathetic. Okay, so the one thing is this, I realized, especially after today, the morning, now that I come to think about it, I had a lot of like revelations during the flashbacks, and then I was thinking, oh, you know what, are we really what they claim that we are as well? I mean, like, narcissists always, these are the so-called inner demons that you end up facing. And I was like thinking, wait, the ex-narcissist has never dared to say that I'm ugly, because I was never ugly. Okay, um, my mother was a very beautiful woman. Okay, although she's pretty old now, and I can say that most people would say that my dad is really lucky to marry her, but he's not appreciative of it. But it's not just that. Okay, and I had a very good looking, handsome, maternal grandfather, whom many people say I resemble. But it's not just that. It's things like I'm a smart person. I'm not boasting. I have my PhD in English. I mean, I was like a university professor, if not for the fact that I had actually left the academia to try to find my own path and everything. And after coming back from Australia and being jobless for so long, and then then encountering the narcissist, that one ex narcissist who became the dream killer. Yeah, but I just realized this. You don't want to end up in the kind of state where you get someone to do that kind of thing to you. So the only thing is like really no contact, no entertaining of those demons, and there's no such space for us to wallow and to entertain what they say of us. Like when they blame us and everything. All these are their lies. Okay, they have really like started believing their own lies. It's their own modus operandi. That their lie has become their truth. Okay, and that is why they are very much cursed. Yeah, they're living in the curse. We don't want to join that kind of world. And when I actually got that kind of remark from of a heart, the emoticon from spiritual whistleblower Chanel Jasmine. I think her last name is James. I think she's just Chanel Jasmine. That's all I remember. It just kind of made me realize, we need to find people who are really, really on our side. Okay, it doesn't matter, even if it's like a business deal, whatever, or patron client relation. I mean client and business what relationship, whatever whatever kind of relationship. It can be acquaintance, but they have to be on our side. They have to be standing with us. If they're not standing with us, they are against us. Okay, and I don't believe in such a thing called so-called APATH. Okay, APATH are people who are apathetic. They want to be so-called conciliatory, to be friendly to everyone. But you know one thing, even Jesus was not liked by everyone. Okay, some people really hated him. Okay, and they found all the things to lie about concerning him and accuse him of certain things. And I mean, the one thing that they accused him of was blasphemy when he was actually indeed God incarnate. And more than just that, okay. Um, I mean, beyond the whole thing about inner demons, not choosing not to face them and just going non contact, total non contact, not just even with the narcissist, but even with your common acquaintances, and also finding your own tribe. And the one thing is this, I kind of realized there's one other random thought that just came out, and I realized, that all these people like narcissists, they think that we are very weak people. I mean, they have been thinking that all along. They think we are easy to manipulate. That's not true, okay? Because there's this thing about us as empaths or even super empaths. Our very empathy leads us to suppress the beast within us, okay? Maybe within us there's really a Godzilla or a dragon, and the beast within us is actually asleep, is dormant, not because we are weak, but because we chose to let it lie dormant. Okay, so when they actually keep on pushing and pushing, that the point when we go supernova and we start flipping, okay, because that particular switch has almost no return. I can tell you, I don't know of any cases, but when empaths really do that and they break, I think the narcissists they're gonna regret it, because we are so much more destructive than a narcissist, and we can destroy a narcissist totally. Okay, I mean, not with breaking the law, obviously, but we do it, and because we are empaths, we know that we shouldn't be, breaking the law. We destroy them in such a discreet way that they can't even register their ego anymore. Okay, their ego is totally gone. We cause an ego death just as much as they cause us. It's this kind of thing with the mirroring that the empath is capable of. Okay, so anyway, this is just me rambling. I'll leave everyone just to go to sleep, and yeah, I'll be better off. Tomorrow will be better. Okay, I'm gonna get back, and then by Christmas, I'm gonna travel again and do stuff. And there are many things I want to do. Okay, I don't really think I should let one small episode spoil my whole holidays or my week or my day. Okay, and yeah, so have a good one, everyone. Bye bye.